Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Thank you for joining us. We start the show this week honoring World War II veterans. About 200 of them gather at the Silver Spring Civic Building this week as part of an official ceremony to recognize them for their service 70 years ago. Local and state leaders were part of the event that honor the vets for their courage and patriotism. Our Susan Kennedy has more on this special day. Susan?
Lorna, it's been close to 70 years since the veterans of World War II came home to America, and today was completely dedicated to saying thank you to them for fighting for our freedom.
Under the home of the brave.
Powerful is just one word to describe the memories shared by the World War II veterans.
We lost 65% of the engineers.
Their extraordinary lives were celebrated for the sacrifices they made to protect our country.
It's such a privilege to be with these people who really changed the course of history and did it with such a spirit, of such a resolve.
The Silver Spring Civic Building was bustling with vets who came with stories from the battlefield. Howard Trowern served under General George Patton. He wore his military helmet with evidence of his days at war.
On the way in, they shot me.
Wow.
I think it deflected it.
Oh, okay.
Up here.
So you're a true survivor then. Ted Koppel served as master of ceremonies for the day's events. As a young boy during the war, he lived in England after his parents fled Germany. He affectionately remembered the American soldiers who drove through his village.
All of you broad-shouldered men and women, then we children would run by the side of your jeeps and trucks yelling out, "Any gum, chum?"
They were heroes to you, even at that time as a little boy.
Oh, they were heroes. They were all 9 feet tall. I'm just so thrilled to be able to be here today because it's really true.
And at 105 years old, Alice Dixon was the first African-American woman to enter the U.S. Army. She was stationed in France during the war, and it was her job to make sure the soldiers got their mail.
92 million pieces of mail, and there were 500 of us to take care of it. And it took us 3 months to deliver it.
It was a day clearly filled with emotion, a day to give proper thanks to this nation's heroes.
Thank you for what you did on Okinawa. Thank you for your pain. And oh yes, one more thing. Thanks for the gum, chum.
I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
The construction of a new senior housing affordable apartment complex just started in downtown Rockville. County Executive Ike Leggett was at the groundbreaking ceremony of Victory Court, an 86-unit mixed-income senior rental community. The facility is for persons 62 years of age or over, and it is located at the corner of Monroe and Fleet Streets. Victory Court will be constructed on a 3.3-acre parcel of land owned by Montgomery County. The county will lease the land to Victory Housing, a nonprofit development of the Archdiocese of Washington that owns 27 communities.
We are growing in Montgomery County. The demographics here are quite startling. In just a few years, a quarter of our population will be 65 and older. And I've said for many years that my motto for seniors is to treat seniors with dignity and respect.
Those interested in information can call 301-294-1111 or visit victorycourt.com. Construction is expected to be completed by midsummer 2013. The owner of a popular Italian restaurant in downtown Bethesda is frustrated by the frequency of local power outages and the impact the loss of electricity has on his business. After losing power to his restaurant again on September 8th and 9th, he has decided to invest in a generator, and he's reaching out to local officials for answers. My MC Media's Sonia Burke reports.
I'm in downtown Bethesda outside a popular Italian restaurant where the owner says he's lost thousands of dollars from frequent power outages. Now, he's buying a generator.
This weekend the power went out right before our busiest night of the week on Saturday at 4 p.m. It went off and we didn't know when it was going to come on, so we were basically sitting around all night.
Roberto and his brother opened their restaurant on Norfolk Avenue in downtown Bethesda 10 years ago. He says power outages are a regular occurrence.
You know, it happens all the time. We can't understand it. I'm convinced that the transformers are held together by Scotch tape or something. We just want answers.
In fact, the business owner's frustration led him to contact Montgomery County Council President Roger Berliner, who talked about the situation at his weekly press conference.
He is so upset, and so many people in the business community are so upset at time and time again losing power.
I would say we've lost, just a ballpark range, I mean, it could be anywhere from $50,000 to $75,000.
As development continues in Bethesda, Roberto and other local merchants are wondering if more businesses will hurt or help the grid. He's also worried about the impact of a severe winter on the current grid, so he's taking control.
Actually, someone's going to come out today and give us an estimate on a generator because we can't take the loss, and I figure that, you know, with the weather the way it is and the extreme weather that seems to keep happening, and this year I keep on reading that the snowfall is going to be really, you know, big in this area, that I can't take another few hits like we have. So I just figure that it's time to take the power out of Pepco's hands and basically put it in ours.
A Pepco spokesperson tells us that officials from the power company have been in touch with the owners of Olaso as well. A scam artist that targeted Hispanics is now sentenced and behind bars. Carlos Sanchez, also known as Wilson Hernandez, spent 2 years promising mortgage relief to families that were on the verge of foreclosure. Prosecutors said Sanchez swindled thousands from 11 local residents. He was found guilty of 7 counts and sentenced to 14 years in prison.
We think this case is important for a variety of reasons. We know that in this county, there are individuals who will purposely select and target individuals because of their ethnicity, because of their background, because they believe that certain people in this community will not come forward, report that they've been victims of crimes, and they can run scot-free with the money they take from victims. We've prosecuted these cases before. What we hope the message from this case is, and today Mr. Sanchez received a sentence from Judge Rubin of 14 years in jail, suspend all but 7, and he's ordered during a period of 4 years restitution once he's back out of jail to make full restitution to the people that stand with me, that if you are the victim of a crime or a witness to a crime, we are here in the State's Attorney's Office to protect all the members of this community.
Prosecutors said Sanchez will also have 4 years of supervised probation, and he must repay the victims full restitution. He was found guilty of 4 counts of theft over $1,000, 1 count of theft over $10,000, 1 count of conspiracy to commit a theft scheme, and 1 count of mortgage fraud. In total, prosecutors said 11 victims were out of $48,000, and some of them lost their homes. The deadline is getting closer. Eligible county residents who wish to vote in the 2012 presidential general election are reminded that the deadline for voter registration is 9 p.m. on Tuesday, October 16th. Applications can be obtained by calling the Voter Information Service at 240-777-VOTE until Tuesday, October 9th. They are also available in county libraries, regional service centers, all offices of the Montgomery County Department of Health and Human Services, the Motor Vehicle Administration, and all U.S. post offices. Or you may download them at 777vote.org. To become a registered voter, individuals must be a U.S. citizen, live in Montgomery County, and be at least 18 years of age on or before November 6th. When we come back, we'll tell you what one research study says about those speed and red light cameras. And right on, we'll change some routes. There will be a public hearing about it that passengers should not miss. We'll be right back. Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Teams of Montgomery County basketball players took part in the Audacity of Hoops tournament in Silver Spring recently. The event aims to curb teen violence, and as videographer Mike Springerth discovered, more than just the kids showed their skills on the court.
Good morning, downtown Silver Spring. Today we are hosting the second annual Audacity of Hoop 3-on-3 basketball tournament, hosted by Valerie Irvin, Councilwoman of Montgomery County.
And we're here today, and playing basketball are many, many teams from around the county. The idea of this tournament came about last year because there was a lot of youth violence. I don't know if people remember that. And we thought that our response to youth violence should be providing activities for young people to have fun, to have a good time. This tournament is co-sponsored by the county's recreation department, and the head of the recreation department, Gabe Albornoz, is a basketball player, and we have behind us the adult teams playing first.
Well, today was special because we had the police department represent with a couple of teams, the recreation department, and a couple of other county agencies that had teams as well. And not only is it a way for us to have a great time and promote overall health and wellness, but also to demonstrate good sportsmanship and show the kids that basketball is a lifelong game. You can play for a long time.
What we wanted to do in Silver Spring is to bring the community into this event. And so we have a farmer's market going on right now. We have another market going on at the same time. Plus, we've closed off the street Ellsworth to put the hoops up, as you can see, and it's what's making Silver Spring iconic in the region. So this is just part of what happens here in downtown Silver Spring every weekend. We wanted to show this different face of young people in Montgomery County because this is what the majority of young people look like. They come out, they're enjoying themselves, the weather is beautiful, they're not in trouble. We're offering them the opportunity to get exercise, to meet up with some of their friends, and to have a good time.
We gotta work together as a team. We always have to be loyal to each other, and no matter what, we have to stick together as one. Also win, the trophy.
When you see somebody young on the street, you shouldn't be afraid of them. They're just like everybody else, but we need to afford them more opportunities to get together like this, good, clean fun.
Please make your way over to the Civic Building. We have sandwiches and drinks there for you.
So every year we hope to make it bigger and bigger.
Now here's Tom Pogue from the county's Department of Transportation with an update. Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update from Montgomery County. MCDOT continues to conduct routine maintenance work as we move into autumn. Much tree work was generated by the derecho in late June. A requested tree inspection can take a few days to several weeks. Once a tree has been inspected, its pruning or removal can take up to a year. However, if a tree is deemed too hazardous, it moves up in the queue for prompt action. Grass mowing and road resurfacing are well underway, while the annual sweeping of residential streets has been completed. This and the arterial road sweeping removed 1,000 tons of debris, from road salt that can harm our streams to litter, gravel, and tree debris that clog storm drains and interfere with bicyclists' use of the roads. Finally, check our website calendar for scheduled public meetings. For example, Public Forum on proposed ride-on service changes is coming up September 27th. As always, for information, go to our website at montgomerycountymd.gov. We're working to keep you moving.
Also this week, an update on the county's red light and speed camera programs. Research done since the inception of both programs indicates there are fewer collisions and reduced traffic speeds on county roads where the cameras are placed. Council member Phil Andrews chairs the Public Safety Committee. He says safety, not money, has always been the main goal of the program.
We've done studies that show that where you have red light cameras and where you have speed cameras, we have a reduction in crashes. And that's why they're put there, is because we have evidence that there's unsafe driving, too many collisions, schools nearby, pedestrians in large numbers, and that's where the county has concentrated the speed cameras, and we've concentrated the red light cameras intersections where there's a history of red light running and collisions. And what we've seen is a significant reduction in collisions, which means that they're working to slow traffic down and ensure that drivers are more careful.
Ride On has proposed changing 7 of its routes. Before that happens, there will be a public forum on the proposed changes. So if you're a passenger of routes 38, 47, 52, 53, 58, 98, or Metrobus Route Z2, do not miss the public forum that will take place on September 27th, starting at 6:30 p.m. in the cafeteria of the Executive Office Building located at 101 Monroe Street in Rockville. The forum will conclude after the last speaker. Ride On has proposed route adjustments to serve areas that have been recently developed and to eliminate sections of routes that are underperforming. When we come back, the main learning institutions in the county strategize about pumping graduation rates at the undergraduate level. And 2 of the area schools receive a high honor recognition. We'll tell you which ones. Stay tuned.
Election Day is fast approaching. Is your voter registration accurate and up to date? Has your name or address changed? Go to 777vote.org or call 240-777-VOTE to check your current registration. Deadline is October 16th at 9 p.m. And if you can't make it to the polls on Election Day or during early voting, absentee ballots are available now. Just go to our website and submit an application. Remember, your time, your voice, your vote.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Montgomery County's 3 largest educational systems are teaming up to help those least likely to graduate from college earn bachelor's degrees.
Montgomery County Public Schools, Montgomery College, and the universities at Shady Grove announced a partnership to launch the Achieving Collegiate Excellence and Success, or ACES program.
Through ACES, we will create an educational pathway from high school to community college to university for underrepresented, low-income, and first-generation college students.
According to MCPS figures, only 55 to 60% of African American students and about 50% of Hispanic and low-income students attend college after completing high school.
The idea here is to begin the supports and interventions early, before students and their families decide that college isn't for them or that they can't afford it.
USG Executive Director Stuart Edelstein says the program's success will benefit the economy through providing an educated workforce to fill the knowledge-based jobs projected for Montgomery County over the next 20 years.
To give them the opportunity to reach their potential, to be able to engage in our community in the world of work, and also to become leaders in the workplace as well as leaders in our community. This is what this is all about.
County leaders see the ACES program as an important piece in closing the education gap in minority and low-income communities.
I am encouraged that ACES is focused on unrepresented students, including African Americans, Hispanics, and low-income students, and those who will be the first in their family to attend college.
The ACES program will begin at 8 MCPS high schools in the 2013-2014 school year. But the program cannot start soon enough for some people who see how this program will benefit their community.
It's going to have a very big impact because now students are actually going to be able to get a one-on-one information and, actually coaching through the whole process, not only from getting out of high school to Montgomery College, but then moving on to a higher education to get a bachelor program. Knowledge is power, and that's the one thing that nobody can take away from you.
The United States Department of Education has named 2 Montgomery County schools Blue Ribbon Schools. Rachel Carson Elementary School in Gaithersburg and St. Peter's School in Olney have both been recognized. The National Blue Ribbon Schools program recognizes public and private schools at all levels where students perform at very high levels or where significant improvements are being made in academic achievement. This is the 2nd year in a row Rachel Carson Elementary has received the award.
Because the Department of Education at the federal level does not just go around giving out these accolades. A blue ribbon school is a school that competes nationally, and for them to get that distinction 2 years in a row is pretty extraordinary. This is a school that must have the best teachers, the best administrators, parents who are participating every single day with their children. It's created an atmosphere in the school where every child is succeeding, and this is what we want to see. So we are so...
We all could use a little more money, but for college students, it's even more so. At Montgomery College, one professor has decided to help out in that cause.
Because I work with the students directly, I know about their needs, and I see lots of scholarships being offered to students, and the idea that there would be a special one offered to students studying graphic design and illustration was something that appealed to me.
Montgomery College professor Martha Vaughn is dedicated to her students. So much, in fact, she recently established the Martha Vaughn Endowed Scholarship.
Working with the students is everything to me. That's why I work here, to watch them go through the process of trying to solve a creative problem, the struggle that's involved, and then I get to watch them find that solution, and that is so gratifying. I've had a lot of opportunities come my way, and it was an inspiration to maybe offer the students here, the many talented graphic design and illustration students we have, an opportunity while they're here at the beginning of their career. Those kind of opportunities can make such a difference in someone's life. The littlest thing, the smallest little opportunity can really change lives, and of course, here at Montgomery College, we're in the business of changing lives.
Her scholarship will provide assistance to Montgomery College graphic design and illustration students who have a 3.0 GPA or higher and need financial assistance beyond what federal financial aid can offer.
In the world, there are not always good solutions to problems, but in art and graphic design and illustration, there's a solution to every problem. And so it's just a real gratifying experience to help my students get to those solutions.
For many students, financial aid is necessary. The Martha Vaughn Endowed Scholarship is how this professor chose to make a difference.
It's not a great big chunk of money, but it's a little something that I could offer the students to help with their financial needs as they're studying graphic design and illustration here.
The county's public libraries, in association with the Social Security Administration, will offer a free forum for individuals not yet receiving Social Security, but who are planning for retirement. Tools to help you decide when to retire will be held on September 27th at the Marilyn Preisner Library in Burtonsville. Representatives will explain how the system works, what individuals should receive from Social Security upon retirement, and the online application procedure. The forum will begin at 5 p.m. When we come back, the Germantown Tennisplex is finally open. And don't miss the county's Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations. We'll be right back.
Montgomery College, the county school system, and the universities at Shady Grove have joined forces to launch the Achieving Collegiate Excellence and Success program. It provides a pathway from high school to college completion for students who are traditionally underrepresented in college. If you're looking for training in one of the fastest growing job areas in the county, check out the new Health Information Technology program offered by MC's Workforce Development and Continuing Education program. This 2-semester program is designed for career changers. There's still time to register for late starting classes at MC. There's a wide variety of subjects to choose from, and some classes begin as late as November. You can register online or at any of our 3 campuses. For more information about the endless possibilities at your community college, visit our website.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. A new recreational facility has bubbled up in the Germantown area, and MCTV's Michael Brown was there for the grand opening.
A unique public and private partnership has made a brand new tennis facility in Boys a reality. And with the opening of the Tennisplex, you can now play tennis all year long, no matter the weather. The 9-acre facility in South Germantown Recreation Park boasts 2 air-conditioned bubbles with 4 courts each and 4 lighted outdoor courts. But most importantly, it fills a glaring need in the Up County.
It's a very, very good indication of the growing demand for tennis and the growth that we've had in the Up County area. We have lacked this type of facility for quite a bit of time, and I think that this is something that's long, long overdue.
The Tennisplex was made possible because of a public and private partnership between the county, Park and Planning, and a group of private owners.
The numbers and the feasibility of this simply would not work if you had to do this solely in the private sector. So it's a combination of the public and private sector, and a really strong contribution from Park and Planning to help make this work.
The complex will be a teaching as well as a playing facility. One bubble is dedicated strictly to instruction.
We'll have everything that a community needs to grow a top-notch national program for a community. Our goal is to get kids in here and have them go to the best colleges they possibly can go, where tennis is a help to them and where they enjoy it and they learn a great, healthy sport.
The grand opening drew a big turnout and featured remarks from Mr. Leggett, County Council Member Craig Rice, Park and Planning, and Coach Shore. There was also plenty of tennis played. Some of the sport's youngest recruits had a ball. Lots of local high school players hit the court, and a celebrity exhibition featuring County Council Member Phil Andrews and former U.S. and Australian Open doubles champion Richie Renneberg capped off the day's events.
In our Pet of the Week segment, let's go to Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society. Kathy always brings us a cute pet that needs adoption.
Hello, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at Montgomery County Humane Society. And this little darling is Spock. He is a 2-year-old black cat, and as I've told you before, black cats are the hardest for us to adopt. People just cling to that superstition that black cats bring bad luck. I don't know what the problem is, but it's just not true. Black cats are some of the sweetest, and they're really nice cat, and Spock is a wonderful example of a wonderful black cat. I don't know if you can see it, he's got beautiful golden eyes, and he does have a little bit of an eye infection right now. Nothing contagious and nothing serious. He did just have some eye drops put in his eye, so he's kind of blinking a little bit with that one eye, but it's nothing that's going to be permanent. He's a wonderful cat. He loves, loves, loves sitting on laps. He has just been put in my lap a few minutes ago, and he is just purring, and he is loving it. So if you are looking for an affectionate cat, and you want to do some real good and help a black cat get out of the shelter, because we all want to get these black cats into good homes, come on down to the shelter. Remember, we are doing our Black Cat Fall Special as we do every year. It's going to go through the end of September. Adoption fees are waived right now for any black cat, and Spock is very black. In fact, he's 100% black, except he does have about 3 white hairs on the tip of each back foot. It's adorable. It's really very, very cute. So we need a home for Spock. We need a home for all our black cats. And if you want a good bargain right now through the end of September, the Black Cat Special, no adoption fees when you come and adopt through the Montgomery County Humane Society. We're off of Goody and Rockville. You can call us at 240-773-5967, or you can visit Spock and all of his other friends on our website at mchumane.org.
Hispanic Heritage Month has officially kicked off and will last until the 15th of October. Montgomery County will hold several events. Here is a list. Some of the feature events are bilingual programs at the county's libraries, the AFI Latin American Film Festival events at Montgomery College, Ballet Folclórico de Mexico at Strathmore, a celebration in Rockville, a health fair, and World of Montgomery. For the full calendar with dates and locations, visit the county's website at montgomerycountymd.gov. And with that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.